Hello to the second part in the series on how to make music with Makemusicfree. If you like this voice, please subscribe. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at the playlist. Okay, so this is something that all DAWs have, and I've got it up now, as you can see. And I bet you're thinking, what's that? What's going on? So don't worry, I'll help. Okay, so what you see here is you see track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4, track 5, and it's essentially a grid. That's all it is. And in these spaces on any of the tracks, you can put little samples. You can put anything from just something we create inside the step sequencer. Don't worry, I'll explain about that a little bit more later. And if I click on this first grid here, I can put that little thing I've just made. And by pressing song I can play it. Just quickly bear with me. So we can do that. So you can put that in there, or we can do something else. We can put samples in. I don't know what this is. I'm just going to pop it in there, and I don't know what it is. See, it's just like a sound. So you can put samples in here, whatever you want to put. You can put audio, not audio clips, create automation clips. So just as an example, I'm going to do a bit of a more in-depth video on it. But say you wanted to, you hear this kick sound. Say you wanted to automate anything. You can automate anything in FL Studio in any DAW, so you can make things change over time. That's what I mean by automate. So just quickly in the I don't want to be too. I'm trying to be as simple as I can for this video, but just to show you what you can do. You see on this first pattern here with the kicks, if you right click and go on the create automation, create automation clip, and then you get this little graph here, and this basically this parameter here lets you change things over time. So and this obviously it's just like a graph really. So if I hold this down like this and I press play, what are you doing? Hang on. This is why you need to watch the first video, because then you can sort out your there we go. See how it's quiet and it slowly gets louder. So that's what an automation clip will do. So you can put them in there. I'll do a bit of a more in-depth video on how you can use them. Do not worry. Okay, so a few of the tools up here. So if you look closely here, you've got a pencil, you've got yourself a paintbrush, you've got yourself delete, you've got yourself mute, you've got yourself a slip, a slicer, a selector, a zoomer, and a playbacker. So these are all the basic tools. Generally, I will just use draw, and what draw lets you do is so this is the source. So this is so these are what the tools are at the moment, changing whatever the source is. Okay, so you can change it. If it's mayonnaise, you can change it. No, so say you wanted to go on the pattern 1, and then with the draw button you could go. You can put them all together like this. Or if you do the paint one, obviously if you're painting, you can paint forever. Now all the other ones, they're kind of easy to get hold of, get a hand of, so you need to kind of just play with them. The slicer, you can slice across like that. I don't generally do that though. I'll probably use the pattern if I'm going to slice stuff up, because it's a little bit ugly and messy, and it's not very accurate. So yeah, so it will focus on things as well, so you can focus on the audio clips, the automation clips, or the pattern clips, and that's what I mean by those 3 things that you can put in this grid here. So they're really useful. Just quickly, this thing is something that always pisses people off, pisses me off actually, and you'll probably find me screaming at this thing most of the time. But this is the snap thing, the snap feature. So this, you're telling the computer how accurate you want it to snap things together. So at the moment you can see if I put there, it's quite hard, it won't snap these 2 together because of the setting is on main, so it won't really do anything, it won't snap it. So that's really annoying, because if you're placing like a few together like that, and you want them all to be playing like that, you'll probably get it wrong and it will sound something stupid like this. And see how it's out of time. Really easy to get things out of time like that. So I'll usually put it to, depending on what I'm doing, if it's the beat like that, hotkey for the paintbrush is B, by the way, so you can change the B like that, and then you can paint, and that will just snap it to the bar. If you want to go in closer, and there's a little cheeky thing you could do for it magnifies it for me. That's cool. I didn't know you could do that. So yeah, you can zoom in by holding Control, zoom in and zoom out with your rolly selector on your mouse, and you can zoom in and zoom out, and then you might need to change your snapper accordingly. Yeah, so you can just have a little play with that, get used to it. That's quite important because that's something really simple, but a lot of people won't know how to do it, and it'll piss them off for ages. So you don't have to be one of those people. There's also something else in FL Studio which is called performance mode, and if you've got a launch pad, you'll probably dive straight into this. And what it will let you do if you have your launchpad, I've got one. I'll probably do a few videos on it. You can select things and you can like play with your patterns live. This is like especially good if you're like just wanting to kind of have a little play with sounds and patterns and kind of make something new that way. That's something that some people like to do. That's in there. That's something really simple. No, zoom, time markers. I don't usually use time markers really, but I do use play song loop. So I'll just go to that again. So you go time markers, play song loop, or play song loop, or you can do Shift T, and this will just loop the song from any point. So say there was a different pattern here, it'll go like this, and it'll, when it gets to the end of the grid, if you like, it'll play it from there. See, it didn't play it from the start. So that changes the default position. That's good because like if you're making music quite a lot, you'll probably listen to your own song about 1 billion times, and like by the end of it, you'll just hate it anyway. So this little thing is going to reduce how many times you have to listen to the whole song while you're kind of hearing it and trying to change things. You'll just have it on sort of play. And there's one last thing I want to talk to you about, and then we're good. And then you can go on to the next thing. And you can, oh yeah, you can customize the color if you want. Yeah, that's quite good. I've never done that. I just think that's just silly. But you know, if you're into that, if that's your cup of tea, I'm not gonna judge. I'm just gonna think you're stupid, but that's okay. Okay, so you can change it back whatever you want to do. You can play with that. It's good to just play with things because it makes you a bit more confident with it. Like most things. And what's the last thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, that's okay, cool. So that's essentially this section of it. Thanks for watching. In the next video we're going to go in the step sequencer, and then obviously subsequently the piano roll, the browser, and the mixer. So thank you for watching. Keep making music, get stuck in with the videos, get stuck in with it all. Check out makemusicfree.co.uk, and you can get involved with the community. And yeah man, so thanks for watching. Please subscribe.